In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. I miss you all so much. I can't tell you how bad. I can't wait till we're reunited again. And I'm gonna give you a heads up. I'm gonna just grab each one of you and just give you a big old hug. I feel like I've been on this long trip far away. I can't wait to go back and see my family and my loved ones. Okay, so I've been thinking about a few things that I kind of got an idea to combine all of them together. And so bear with me and hear me to the end, and I'll try to be quick. So first of all, we've often talked about how no matter what happens, good, bad, or ugly, either God caused it, means it is good because it's from God, or God allowed it to happen, and God wouldn't allow anything to happen that is beyond we can handle, and whatever He allows will purify us and get us stronger and better, which means it is good. Whether He caused it or He allowed it to happen, it is always good. It's all good, like they say. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, we talked about how the better prayer when we're going through tough times, we're going through hardships, kind of like this pandemic. It is better, instead of asking God to remove the hardship or to remove the trial, it is better to ask Him, say, God, okay, you allowed this for a reason. Lord, what is the reason that you allowed this for? You did this or allowed this so that I may learn an important, valuable lesson, or many lessons. Please, oh Lord, help me to learn the lessons that you want me to learn out of this. Okay, it's number two. Number three, we also talked about how we easily forget, and how that one of the reasons the Lord resembled us to sheep is because they easily forget. That's why they're a shepherd. And that's why we talked a lot about the immense importance of journaling and the great benefits that come from journaling, and how God often instructed His people to make memorials of remembrance of certain milestones of their life, so that uh, for them to remember, and also for them to teach it to their descendants for generations to come, so that they may remember. Okay, the last thought before I make my suggestion is this. Now, it's the feast is around the corner, and it's been our many happy returns, by the way. Christos Anesti, Christ is risen. المسيح قام. بخريستوس أفطنف. That's all the languages that I know. But many happy returns. It's been our tradition during the feast to where every one of us would make a dish or a dessert, and we would get together and have a potluck dinner or a potluck picnic, or both, where we all eat from the meal that everyone made. Or my favorite part, that we all eat from the desserts that various people made. So here's my suggestion. How about we combine all of the points I just mentioned above, that God allowed this to happen for valuable lessons that we need to learn, many, many lessons. We all forget, and we want to preserve these lessons that we've learned for ourselves, for the future, and for our descendants, for generations to come. And we can't have an actual food potluck dinner or potluck picnic yet. Hopefully we will do that, but not yet. So how about we combine all of this? And I put up a link on the video. Never done this before, maybe somewhere over here, or at least I'll put it in the description. We'll try both. I'm learning as I go. But I'll put a link in there for a Google form where each and every one of you can go on it as many times as you'd like and submit as many lessons that you personally have learned from this pandemic experience. And you can be as detailed as you want, and don't worry, everything will be anonymous, so I'm not going to share any names or any information, because it'll be a lesson for all of us, and you'll be surprised how many common lessons there will be. And Also, not just one and done. Like you can submit as many lessons as you've learned as you want. So you can go there and put in one or two or 10 lessons, and you don't all have to do them all at the same sitting. Like you can do a few and then come back a few days later or a week later if you learn something new, or if you remember something that you learned that you almost forgot, and then you go back and say that too. And this is what I will do. By God's grace, I'll be like the caterer, I guess. I will get all the meals that y'all have failed, all the lessons that y'all have learned and gathered, and I'll add mine to those. And I'll make like a sermon series, like we've done a bunch of series before with various ideas of lessons that we've all learned from the pandemic that you all submitted. And we will keep giving those sermons for the next several weeks or so, depending on how many we get. And so this way, all of us may benefit from the lessons that each one of us gained. Just like the potluck dinner or the potluck picnic. It will be more like a life potluck, or a spiritual, practical, familial, social potluck. And since the sermons are being recorded now and they're posted on the church website or on Upper Room Media or in various places, this will preserve them not only for us, but for also our descendants to come back to, for generations to come, and maybe for other people around the world that they can also benefit from it. I don't want us to forget. From talking to many of you, there's a lot of really good, valuable lessons that we've learned. And I've learned some really valuable ones too. And I really don't want them to forget. I don't want 2 years from now or 5 years from now that we just go back to how we were and nothing else changes. So let's do this together. Let's do a potluck series of lessons from this COVID-19 pandemic. And let's all share it together with each other and preserve it for ourselves and for our descendants to come for many generations. What do you think? I like the idea. I mean, it's my idea, but I really do like the idea. I hope you like it too, and I can't wait to read your input and your responses. May God bless you all, and inexplicably somehow fill your hearts with the joy of his resurrection. It's funny that we can't go to the church, but the church came to us. And I'm really grateful for that. Can't wait to see your responses. Don't be lazy, don't delay, don't postpone, it won't get done. So do it soon and do it often. And I will talk to you all later. God bless you.